Hey guys, and welcome back for another HellfireComms Patreon Quick Look. Today we're going to be taking a look at Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. This was commissioned by Robert Hollander, and I have Mexican Base Monkey with me for this one, because besides me, he's like the other Star Wars-centric guy in the group, I think.
I've seen like 3 Red Letter Media videos, so thus makes me an expert on Star Wars lore.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm playing the Ultimate Sith Edition here, hence why I have these things here, which we're not going to be looking at today, because it is a quick look. I mostly went with this because it was the cheapest, but yeah, let's take a look at, like, I don't know, the first hour or so of this, which means the Darth Vader, like, prologue, and the first Starkiller mission, but with a twist, because this is our third time recording this now.
Yeah, that's my bad. See, not only is Star Wars a struggle of ideals and of freedom and totality, it's also a struggle of, God damn it, why can't I get the correct microphone to record while I talk over video games?
It's like, God damn it, Max, it just scrolls up the screen. Oh no, the Audacity Wars have begun!
The scroll text, and Tom was mad. And then comes the next paragraph.
Jesus Christ. But it's quite interesting we're playing The Force Unleashed today, because this came out in 2008, and HellfireComms also started in 2008. Now that's kind of a paper-thin connection, a coincidence, but I think on my own NTOM64 channel I did originally play the demo for The Force Unleashed, like before it released, so yeah, I guess you could say, to use the words of another much lesser and worse LPO, we have finally gone full circle here.
What you're trying to say is, once this quick look goes up, we're going to be shutting down the whole channel and starting the new channel that you all can check our Let's Play content on. Alright,
I'm going to be played by whoever the fuck plays Rey, Daisy Ridley. You will be played by John Boyega, and THD will be whoever the fuck is Poe.
Sweet, does that mean that me and Helldragon then have a implied romance that the fandom goes hypercritical over?
Wow, they sure dropped that like a hot potato come the second movie, didn't they?
They dropped a lot of things in the second movie. I thought it was hilarious how everyone was super curious about certain characters' backstories, and then you realize that, oh, sometimes people are just people, and they lost it. They fucking lost it. It was great.
Well, you know, maybe don't get a completely different director with different ideals for your second movie. I'm not here to bitch about the fucking...
Not even.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, we should be bitching about the prequels, since that's kind of a huge reason why this game was even made. So, like, The Force Unleashed was supposed to be this huge multimedia project.
Yeah.
Like, they tried to do the same thing with Shadows of the Empire when the N64 was out, where they made, like, a game, and a comic, and an animation, and, like, all this other stuff to, you know, kind of have Star Wars, but not actually make a full movie. But, you know, you want to make more toys. So this game is kind of meant to be the bridge between the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy, because, you know, we all saw the end of the third movie. We were like, okay, he's Vader. How does that go into the original trilogy? So this game is meant to, you know, this is post Order 66, and
yeah.
Now Vader, Lord Sith Vader, is off to annihilate the remaining Jedis that are just, you know, hidden around the galaxy, just clean up.
Jesus. Like, we aren't, like, missing a beat here. Wookiees are dead. Old Man General is on the field for some reason. Why are you here? You should be, like, sitting behind a desk drinking coffee and giving orders through a communicator.
See, what he is that he's Vader's favorite choke slave. He just keeps him around anytime he gets a little anxious or he gets really stressed. He's like,
Lexi.
Johnson! Behind me! He just chokes him.
Why'd you have to call him fucking Johnson? Come on now.
Because it's a joke.
Alright, let's test the controls here. Let's see, once I finally get control. Let's see, you got square for your lightsaber, you've got circle for your force push. L1 should be dash, but I don't think Vader, being the space cripple that he is, can do that. And X to jump, of course.
Yeah, because remember, Obi-Wan did a number on Anakin back in that film. What was it? Lit him on fire, cut off a limb or two, took the high ground. There was a lot of shit going on, so the fact that Vader moves slow in this prologue is kind of neat, but something that's also not seen is that this game kind of has RPG elements in the sense that it has skill trees, like any brawler 3D game at the time. But yeah, Vader has everything unlocked because he's a Sith Lord, so of course he has all the skills. Some of the things that we can do as Vader we can't do later on as Starkiller, so this is kind of a neat prologue in that it's going to at least get you some combat training, it's going to give you the controls. But the thing is that, like you said, Vader doesn't have certain moves that we're going to get later on. Mostly the agility-based moves, so like
Yeah.
dash, double jump, which again makes sense plot-wise, but also makes sense gameplay-wise because you don't want to throw everything at the player. This is kind of like a taste of these are all the powers you can get later on, but you're going to get even more because then you're going to have Starkiller's agility to mix into with all the combos.
Yeah, for sure. It's a really effective way to start the game because, like, I don't really care for like the Space Jesus version of Vader, but him as like the badass SS officer who goes in and fucks people's shit up. Yeah, that's the kind of Vader I like. Just a really cool guy who doesn't really have anything super important against him.
He's a weirdo that is just a little too strong for his own good, and that was basically what he was in the first two movies. Like, even the crew is like, you obey hokey religions, we don't really trust you, but damn it, if we say that in front of you, you're just gonna force choke us all to death, so
yeah.
We're just all gonna kiss your ass. But yeah, I mean, this is really neat for this video game at least, because one, you're playing as Vader, the ultimate badass, but you also, with this game, I feel they at least took the hint that when you play a game as a Jedi, you want to use the Force, and you want to use the Force, or not even a Jedi, even as a Sith, you want to use the Force on everything.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of neat that the plants have physics, the bodies have physics, everything has physics, and it's really just a neat game to just use the Force to solve literally all of your problems.
I would say it's one of my favorite Star Wars games, but I definitely remember liking the demo enough to want to actually play the game fully, and then never getting round to it. So thank you, Rob, for giving me this this little taste of freedom here.
Thank you for allowing us to play a good game for once, a game that brings joy and happiness.
You are not doing your job correctly. Begone!
Goodbye. See, that's another neat thing about this game. You can force your own allies, you can force the enemies. Again, this kind of feeds into that whole... It feeds into Vader, but it's meant to feed into the whole Sith identity that, power is just meant to be used on everyone. You can choose who you want to use on, but really, if you want to obey the true Sith ideals, just use your power on everyone.
Pretty much. You guys have too nice of a bridge. Begone.
Again, the physics, they just make this game. Also, this is on PC, so why aren't we playing some sort of mod where it's basically just Goku tearing through this treetop village?
Look, alright, I do PC... You tricked me with your superior race master bullshit there. I do console quick looks, okay? Like, screen recording and voice recording will probably make my computer blow up.
Aww. But yeah, you probably know, there's a bad Goku now. You could just, tear out a tree village and just be cool with it.
Oh, Goku Black.
Sure. I mean, same as Goku Chartreuse.
And Goku Rose. Oh, I love this move. And when I get to do it as Starkiller, I'm going to be extremely butthurt about it.
Yeah, I mean, how many years of training do you think is required to, one, force choke with one hand, and then throw your lightsaber accurately with the other hand?
God, yeah, your senses have to be, prime for that. Why did you jump into me? You Wookiees should know better. Why am I killing Wookiees anyway? What do I have against furry teddy bears?
Well, they're hiding out a Jedi Knight that, those are all supposed to be dead. So the fact that there's even one nearby, yeah, we're just gonna go through this whole town, destroy everything, kind of make the SS officer allegory a bit more concrete, deal with the ramifications of that, and then continue on with our game.
I'm just enjoying the physics here.
Like I said, they're the best part of this game.
Jesus. So, recap me a bit on your Star Wars video game history, mate. I think we've all played, say, a bit of Battlefront here and there, but did you play any of the others?
Really? Okay, so most of the Star Wars games I've played have involved Legos of some kind.
Yes.
Mostly because they're the best.
Yep.
I mean, let's be honest. Legos are about manipulation. The Force is about manipulation. You just control the world as you would building it with Legos. It's a match made in heaven, and it's the reason why Lego Star Wars works, but Lego Indiana Jones is more of a head scratcher as to why they even thought that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
But other than that, for regular Star Wars game, I've seen the Super Star Wars game on the NES, mostly at speedrun marathons. But in terms that I've played, the only one I really played was a long ass time ago on the PlayStation 1. It was Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles. And it was basically like a beat 'em up. You just ran through the level, try to beat as many enemies while they pretty much have unblockable hits against you that cause you to use all your lives until you game over and have to start over from the very beginning.
I hit one motherfucker with another motherfucker. This game is great. But yeah, as for me, let's see, I think the earliest Star Wars game I may have played was, I want to say it was an Episode 1 game for the PS1 where you like played as like Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn. It was your typical like tie-in movie game, and to that end I did play the tie-in game for Episode 3, which was a pretty fun, just like 3D brawler sort of thing. And like you said, Lego Star Wars, which I want to bring to the channel one day. I kind of want to do it live, like you on player 2, me on player 1, obviously.
Hell yeah, and then I just force push you all the way from all the blocks and get them all for myself. It's basically 4 swords, but with Legos. How can you not think it's the best game ever made?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, your tactic of, like, running behind me isn't really working, Wookiees. You may want to try a different one.
Does Vader really have an area of effect move other than, like, the forward force push?
That's about it, I think. Unless I'm missing...
Fair enough.
I'm missing some critical buttons here. Oh, yeah, he does.
Oh, there you go. Because I figured he needs to have something to take care of back and flank enemies, because that was kind of weird that they tried to hit you from behind. He didn't really have an area swing.
What about Star Wars as like a whole, mate? Like, I don't think you're the kind of guy who would go out and see every movie, but I seem to recall you saying you saw the prequel ones in cinema at least.
Yeah, I grew up with the VHSs. They were always around. I would watch them pretty frequently. But in terms of when the prequel movies came out, I was young enough that that was kind of like a family outing thing. So I watched every prequel movie basically opening weekend with my family. So, you know, pleasant. Even though the movies themselves are pretty shitty, the fact that, you know, I got to see them all hanging out with my family, I still have that sort of pleasant air to them.
Yeah, like even the most mediocre movie can be elevated by seeing it with people you like.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole reason B movies and like midnight screenings of really shitty movies even exist.
No subtitles. It's a 2008 game, we weren't quite yet there, folks.
No, not there, but I do like how with the texture Vader's sweater looks like, you know, like a dad Christmas jumper. It's like he's the happy uncle that's coming to give his nephew Jedi Wet Willy, and the Jedi's like, no, uncle, you can't.
Only I have the power to give the darkest of Wet Willies.
Also, I like how this game kind of goes with the whole, not quite Devil May Cry, but at least going with the format of, you know, your most climactic battles in these sort of 3D fighting games is one-on-one fights.
Yeah.
I mean, this is pretty neat. I do like how the environment is basically all being destroyed. Not this take, but we have previously seen just TIE fighters fall in the middle of this battle arena, not injuring anyone because, you know, that's just the environment. But at least they were going all out with trying to make even the first boss fight pretty cool and visually interesting.
This guy, he thinks he's all like swell with his force powers. I'm just going to go over here because that strikes me as him bringing a TIE fighter down. Yep.
There it is.
Kind of a bit close to his house though, don't you think? Like, are you meant to be protecting someone right now?
I mean, that there's plot reasons, but we're just here to eliminate essentially Order 66 Plus.
Nice.
Or Order 66 Pro. This is the upgrade. This is how we get rid of the remaining Jedi.
Jesus, this is the DLC for, like, the mass Jedi genocide.
This is Episode Vader, but it actually comes in your game. Could you imagine if this had come out like 10 years later? This definitely would have been like day 1 DLC. This would have been Episode Vader.
Jeez, I am not weak. Oh, I am not weak. Oh. And we got quick time events.
Because it's 2008, guys. All video games were just doing this. You want to open a door? Mash a button. You want to turn the crank? Mash the button. You want to kill one of the last remaining Jedi? Mash a button.
Oh yeah, you want to, I don't know, make a trilogy of kind of bland and identityless movies? Push a button.
It's like poetry, it rhymes. It's the poetry button.
Alright, job's a gun. I am Space Napoleon Hitler, and I'm coming in to do damage.
Space Napoleon Hitler. It's like Aberdolf Linkler.
There you go. Harder, Daddy. What?
I didn't say anything.
Go fuck yourself, Vader. I ain't no snitch.
Years ago? I thought this was only like year 2 because Star Wars has its own weird like new chronology. calendar type thing.
Who knows? He's dead. This guy will be a super duper powerful OC apprentice.
It's like, hey kid, if you're gonna hold the lightsaber, you better be prepared to use it. So, you gonna strike me, or am I gonna have to strike you?
No witnesses.
No one must know about my new pet.
I shall name you Darth Ridiculous.
Is it any worse than his master's name? I mean, we have Sidious, Vader, and then we have the apprentice. After this, little time skip, after much influence of Linkin Park and My Chemical Romance to, drive up that Sith angst, we have Starkiller.
My god. Yeah, Starkiller I think was meant to be Luke's original surname. Like, I'm Luke Starkiller, which makes sense, as Mexi has said many a time, mostly in the takes we didn't use. He destroys the Death Star, aka he is the Star Killer.
It makes sense. It also kind of makes sense in this plot because, I mean, being raised by Vader, having that wholesome father-son torture bonding time, it's kind of what Luke wanted. He wanted to be Vader's apprentice. Not really, he just wanted to hang out with his daddy Anakin.
Okay, so we're being the edgy one for this playthrough. I wonder how they're going to balance that with, like, comic relief, maybe a female companion for a bit of sexual tension.
Oh, jeez. I mean, a video game wouldn't possibly do that, especially since it's trying to be the whole play the villain, be the villain, take over the Empire. Like, why would a game like that include comedy?
Hello there. I love you, McGregor as fucking Obi-Wan. Now that's a new Star Wars, like, Disney-era movie I want to see.
Honestly, yeah. Like, I don't really care what happens to Little Solo other than we're gonna get Don Glover, but, Obi-Wan had some stories there. Raising Anakin, post-Anakin, and then post-original trilogy. Like, there's a lot of Obi-Wan that you could dig into, but I'm pretty sure it's mostly the books that touch into that, because, goddamn, there is a library of extended Star Wars knowledge. Holy shit.
Here we go. There's that female companion that I mentioned.
No, Juno? Because, haha, all the names mean stuff now. So, the first time we played through this, I thought she was just a character. A problematic character when the robot turns into her. But, I guess she has okay things about her. Like, her mom tried to teach her to be tolerant of aliens, but then she died. So then she was raised by her dad, who was, like, a zealot for the Empire. So in order to make Daddy happy, she enlisted in the Empire, and then she just kind of really dug it, and now here she is.
Interesting.
Like, it's really weird. She has a really dope backstory too. Where's her video game? I mean, Starkiller here is like, okay, Darth Vader killed my parents and then adopted me. That's awkward, but I don't know. I feel there's a lot that you could do with Juno here. And I guess the Robo-Buddy proxy.
Yeah, he's definitely not whatever that guy was from the old... I like that little motion there of the robot mimicking her.
That's how he collects data. That's how he's able to do the the disguises. He has to one mimic the target to become the target.
Oh, now he's doing Starkiller. Okay, I didn't notice this the first time around.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. His name is Proxy, so he's just kind of there to be another.
Yeah, alright, I'm kind of digging this, like, all over again as a fresh piece of media.
Right? Like, these are pretty interesting characters. It's just really weird that the game that pulls them all together is the one that was being marketed as play as Vader, be Vader's apprentice, conquer the dark side. Also, really cool characters, just kind of in there as well.
Yeah, just putting it there, it's like the B-plot. There are, like, other Star Wars spin-offs, like Jango Fett got his own thing in Bounty Hunter.
Oh yeah, they did. They did a lot of those side games too.
Qui-Gon Jinn does his taxes. That's a favourite of mine.
Yeah, Kid Fisto teaches typing.
Oh my god, Kid Fisto. Oh, they don't call him that because he's into chicks, if you know what I'm saying.
See? Star Wars experts.
Don't patronise me, Maxie. Alright, we're gonna like mess about with the Force here. It's just basically make sure you know how to manipulate objects into other objects before we go on to the actual level.
Yeah, because before we were using the Force mostly as combat, which is fine, it's Vader. He doesn't need to deal with your manipulation and your key cards and your slidey puzzles. Fuck you, he's Vader. He's just gonna blow the universe up. But, Starkiller is on actual missions here. He's got to carry out the will of his master. We're not really going to see it too much with this quick look, but it's kind of cool with Starkiller that he sees himself more as a tool for his master. And then, part of this game is, we're going to find his humanity. We're going to help him find his identity in the Star Wars pathos.
Wait, what does it be, ethos, or is that a different kind of phos? I'm not adept when it comes to the English language, I'm sorry.
It's Star Wars. Is any of this really all that deep?
Yeah, I guess so, man. I guess so. Okay, I heard the Clone Wars, though. We don't have subtitles, like, in the cutscenes where they're needed the most.
Which, weird, because even then the cutscenes are, like, baby blue. It's something that I find really weird about this game is the choice of colors for at least UI and HUD. Because all of the environments are really well designed, well lit, good color there. But then you have the video game stuff, the HUD, the health pickups, the text, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, this is the color every other game uses, so green for your health, blue for your magic. Good luck.
Suppose so, yeah. So what's the mission here? You seem to know more about this game than I do.
So, Ram Kota is another straggling Jedi who was not eliminated with Order 66, mostly because he didn't trust using clones in his little army. Instead, he was using mercenaries, which, even more trustworthy. But because he wasn't surrounded by clones when Order 66 was enacted, there was really no one around to turn against him. So he survived. He is in this TIE Fighter factory, and it's Starkiller's latest mission to, again, we gotta clean up the mess and eliminate all the Jedi Knights.
And no one will know because I'm the secret apprentice.
Exactly. Well, apparently because I guess there's a rule that there can only be 2 Sith at a time, which is dumb. But I guess if you're trying to be super anti-Jedi and the Jedi had this whole council of them, it would make sense to be like, alright, let's just have 1, maybe 2, just not too many. So Starkiller here is meant to be in secret, 1, because Darth Vader doesn't want anyone to know that he's Daddy Dearest, and 2, because you can't have more than 2 Sith.
Pretty much. Alright, we have a butt ton of costumes here, and I have no idea if this is because I got the Ultimate Sith Edition, but we have Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker, Darth Sion from Knights of the Old Republic 2, Imperial Commando, Kit Fisto, fucking Luke Skywalker, the OG, Ewan McGregor. But the one I've wanted to play the most is this dude here, C-3PO, the protocol droid built by Anakin Skywalker and featured in every episode of the Star Wars saga.
So literally the main character of the series.
Basically, you could make that argument, yeah.
See, I'm surprised that one of the costume options here wasn't pod racing Anakin. I wanted him to be like 3 feet high, lightsaber still included. Lightsaber still floats at the same height it's supposed to for all the other costumes. Just, pod racing Annie's a weird model.
Oh, Jesus. Alright, let's see how friggin' C-3PO looks as a Sith. This is gonna be amazing.
See, the game has now completely changed. No longer is this about Vader and his hidden apprentice trying to kill the last remaining Jedi. No, this is about C-3PO having had his creator and master taken away and killed, is taking revenge against the entire universe for the injustice of his existence.
Jesus. So
what
deep.
What do I do? You pass the message. Oh my god.
I'll pass it alright, through the blade of a knife.
Right? It's the droid revolution, which I'm surprised they didn't even, hasn't even been a concern throughout all of Star Wars. You guys built all these war robots, and you guys made war clones, and they turned against everyone. You're not thinking for 1 second that maybe all the war robots might just do the same?
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Droid on droid violence.
This is what video games were designed to be.
There we go, we've got a bit of a boost now that we're not a space cripple Napoleon Hitler.
Well, we have an upgraded leg.
Yeah, what is the deal with that leg? Have I missed something about C-3PO?
I don't remember, because he has a red arm now, but he was all gold in the original... I don't know. I'm pretty sure my brother knows, but he's also a super fan in the fact that I'm pretty sure he has the entire credit sequence for the first movie actually memorized in order.
Wow. Oh, my force does not, not recharge as fast as Vader, so I'm going to have to be a bit careful here.
Well, if you use your skill tree, you can actually reduce the cooldown for your attacks.
I see. You can get a little optional thing by destroying 5 or so TIE fighters, but I'm not going to waste time doing that here. We're just going to breeze through the level. I have unlimited power, bro.
This is what happens when you really, truly tap into the Force with your emotions and the power of friendship and love.
Okay, so yeah, you do that, which is kind of nice. It's using puzzles with the main gimmick of the game, the Force, and this one goes up like so, if I can actually get into position. And what's actually nice is we're fighting both Rebels and, like, Imperial scum here, so it's not just one or the other.
Well, you're technically an unknown third party. While you are on the Empire side, the Empire doesn't know you exist. You're just a dude with a lightsaber. And like we said, most of the people outside of like the Jedi and the Sith don't have too much like specific details on how the Jedi work. So most of these soldiers probably just see a dude with a lightsaber and are like, "Oh shit, it's our Jedi. Let's get rid of him." But they know Vader because, you know, he has the big suit and everything. But, you know, random punk kid with a lightsaber, fuck it, shoot him.
Like, can you imagine the last thing you saw before you died was a friggin' Camp Gold robot streaming towards you with a red lightsaber?
Life best lived.
I guess so, man. You're kind of like a glass half full sort of guy, and I've always respected that about you.
Well, you know, if you're gonna be killed by a robot, might as well be a cool gold one with a backhand.
Yes. Oh, yeah, we haven't even discussed, like, his stance of choice. Last seen, at least, if we're going, like, most recent, Ventus in Birth by Sleep.
Hey, there you go. I always love characters that are a little fast and hit quick. Especially when you give them, like, a... I don't know, there's a word for this. I just call it, like, a backhand. But it's something like guard hold or some... It's a technique. Even though it's, like, really impractical and you'll never see anyone except people who are trying to do reenactment Star Wars fights in a parking lot do.
Oh man, this area is actually giving me a lot of nostalgia. I remember this specifically from the demo.
This actually just reminds me a lot of that Jedi Power battle game I was talking about, because you go through the first level for that is the trade ship from the movie, and there's a really big open area similar to this. I get a lot from that game, a lot of nostalgia back to that. But this is way better because that game was terrible and you could hardly ever use the Force, and this one is all about the Force and a lot about a verticality too.
Oh yeah.
With being able to use the Force to throw people up, down, and away. With the Vader prologue, there was a lot of open space when you were able to grab people that were clear on the other bridge or just knock them off. There's a lot of vertical height. So you can throw people up, throw them down, you can jump really high, or just, you know, toss them off the edge and listen to their not Wilhelm scream.
I do appreciate that I get energy back every time I, like, kill someone, because that's kind of a thing I've been struggling with in Bayonetta. That game does not like to give you friggin' health ups and whatnot.
It's platinum. They want you to be a big boy and play their big boy video games with depth and strategy. This is more, hey, we made a game that has cool physics. You want to throw people out into space? Fuck yeah.
I'm just waiting for a TIE fighter to crash into this guy.
Oh dear.
Oh. I can't enter physics.
The concept was actually quite horrific. Just the execution could have used a bit more work.
Yeah. Look guys, I'm sorry, I know you're on my side, but you're not meant to know I'm here. Canon must be preserved.
Daddy Vader once killed 3 of his closest friends for me to live. The least I can do is the same.
Oh, Johnson, we hardly knew you. Fucking Johnson. Why'd you have to call him Johnson? That means penis.
It's because it's the penis, and the lightsaber is his penis. Like, how do you not get the metaphor?
I guess. Well, at least we can dash him midair. That's pretty cool.
Right? I mean, when do we get to the part where C-3PO puts little lightsabers on the heels of his feet and then can start kicking?
I just got what you meant. Yeah. We bayo now. We bayo for all time.
I just want a mod of Bayonetta now where I can replace her with C-3PO as well.
Ooh, I see delicious candy over here.
Candy or power-ups, one of the two. And you can do the whole TIE Fighter side quest, because there's more later on in the game where it's because you get a ranking too, which is kind of weird.
Force combo sphere. There is a level up system in the game. I was getting a bit frustrated in one of the previous takes because I was like, how do I do things? I don't know how to do things. I'm ruining it for the patron.
How do I use the Force? Like, I'm focusing on my midichlorians, but nothing's happening.
Oh, Jesus. It's a fucking massacre. This is great. And you could just go straight to hell.
This is what a good first level is. This is fun, it's engaging, and really it makes you want to learn the mechanics just because you want to know the different ways you can kill people. This is really Mad World-esque. Just even when you were trying to hold that guy to get him hit by a TIE fighter, that is definitely something you could do in Mad World and would get you extra kill bonus points.
No. Jesus.
Dashes are literally the best.
Oh yeah. Shame we can't do like a flash step or something behind the stormtroopers, but that's probably like an end of game sort of thing.
Why even do that when by the end of the game you're probably gonna have the force choke lightsaber throw?
Alright, I killed one TIE fighter accidentally. That'll be enough for now. Okay, I killed a couple more.
Hooray for efficiency!
Bada bing, bada boom. I go zoom.
Those kind of missions, they remind me of like the side mission in Tony Hawk Pro Skater games, where it's like grind these 5 specific rails. Also collect all the letters that spell skate.
Yeah, no, collect the stuff that smells like Force or Civ. Okay, there's blue, Force, red, combo, yellow, talent. Alright, we'll check this shit out. Force upgrade. We have to go for a lengthy loading screen, so I hope you enjoy these graphics.
We hope you enjoy space.
It's big. Get used to it.
It's big and only getting bigger.
Press X to upgrade. Press da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Force push is upgraded, I guess.
Now we can push even harder. We can push it real good.
Oh yeah, does that mean I can like charge up and whatnot? Let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. That's what Vader was using in the opening.
Cool. This C-3PO is learning much of the ways of the Sith Force.
Like, there was a fucking rumor going around about, like, Darth Jar Jar Binks, and that would be stupid, but I could totally see, like, a droid Sith. That would be based.
Well, there was! Dude, he had, like, 4 lightsabers.
Oh, right! And that was a cyborg.
True.
Just reminds me of that Team 4-star thing. Like, oh, well, we've been calling them androids. Good for you, you're wrong.
Oh, okay, see, because I was wondering about that, too. I think it was recently I was wondering, why does the blonde chick... Apparently she's a robot, but she can make babies? So I had to, like, go online and literally just ask people, why does the robot have babies? And everyone's like, oh, because she's actually a cyborg. To which my response is, that's dumb.
Like, the only android out of the 3 that appear, I would say, would be, like, 16, because I think he's just modelled on Jiro's son, but that's about it.
Okay. But the others are just people that you're like, hey, here's some robot parts.
Yeah, he basically modified them.
Ah, cool.
I gotta say, this is a lot of fun so far. I could easily, like, see you and I doing a bit of a playthrough in between, like, Zelda and whatnot.
Of just, the droid unleashed.
Yeah, basically. L2 is blocked, by the way. I expect to not use this at least until, like, level 2 and so on. God, die already!
Use it.
Jeez, I'm dying! Dying, squirrel!
Turns out droids weren't the best option for combat. They probably should have sent maybe a person, like a Sith apprentice, but no, they decided to go with the latest droid model.
Wow, I died. Amazing. That's what you get when you fuck about in the Force Unleashed, ladies and germs.
It's the canon ending of C-3PO.
Well, I mean, Starkiller's not in the new movies, so I guess he just had a really short story.
That's my thing with, like, the whole extended, like, lore, is that everything is meant to be this momentous, like, game changer to the war that's currently going on, because now there's at least 4 that have been shown in the movies. Like, each person's story is meant to be the most important story, yet we don't know who 90% of them are, and it's like, no. Clearly what happened in the movies were the most important actions, because those were the ones that resulted in the end of the war.
Basically, yeah.
Like, I get that they were trying to do that with Rogue One, but even Rogue One does the same thing of, yeah, they did something important, and then they tried to cover up as much of it to make it seem like none of it happened.
Basically. Right, let's play things a bit more cautiously here, because I know there's guys with miniguns coming up in a little bit.
You mean actually using a block mechanic put into the game?
Yes, Maxie.
Look, they give you defensive options.
I don't want to take them, because me likey slashy shack.
I mean, that the game is trying to like make you feel like that's the appropriate option, or the Force.
Me liking the Force as well. He got fucked up. Oh, you see that? Like it broke the screen, so a little door had to come down. Fuck you.
Homeboy got blasted out into space, and all his friends got sucked out with him.
Nothing like a bit of space suck to start your day.
Space suck.
I sense a set piece. Yeah, get him, lads. He should never be here. C-3PO, it don't make a lick of sense.
Exactly. Also, we're gonna bring back the Force, or not the Force shield, but the Force fields that were from the first game. You know, the ones that were really annoying because it just forced Obi-Wan to just stand there for minutes and minutes.
Oh yeah, that's where these are from. Completely forgot.
Yeah. What, you thought Star Wars was gonna come up with something new and not just reference something from an older movie? Pshaw.
Behave. Yeah, just knock, like, annoying guys into the shield. Probably the best way to go about it.
It really is, because these guys have combos, they got a bit more health, they can block you, but that is nothing compared to a Force push.
Oh yes. We.
Oh, I shouldn't be laughing at it, but it's so cathartic.
I mean, it is when you stupidly die in the middle of something that someone paid for. I gotta get over that. Like, I am trying my best. It's not like I go in going, and I'm just scratching my arse throughout the entire thing.
I mean, you got it the second time. You just died that first time. It was A-OK.
There you go. I am the Force Master here, not you, with your not lightsabers. Do you notice how, like, everyone in Star Wars is gonna have, like, their own electric weapon at one point or another?
I see that, but I'm also kind of happy because then that means we get more electric, lighty, spinny, swervy sticks.
I guess so. Huh.
I still don't know what the like applications of that spinny weapon stick was, but you know what? That guy can just twirl it all day. It's like, you know what? Warfare. This works.
I really should be using the charged force thing, but I'm just having too good of a time right now. Oh my god.
I'm having a great time getting beat up. Retreat!
This is just like level 1 as well. Go to hell!
But see, when you go with droid mode, it ups the aggro of all the enemies because they realize it's just an android. I'm not actually killing a person.
I guess. Yeah, it turns them into Sith, ironically enough. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to go this way.
See, this was Vader's plan all along, was not to just train one apprentice, but instead create an apprentice that would disseminate the ideals of the Sith Lord to the populace. He's a vector. He's like a mosquito.
You see, you said vector. I thought of the crocodile variety. I'm sorry. I'm a filthy Sonic fan.
Oh, well, I mean, we can also find the computer room while we're at it.
I guess. Have they not found that, like, place yet? You'd think after, like, 10 years you'd have a good, like, stranglehold on where it is.
Apparently they keep looking in Garrett's basement, and that's not, you know, creating results.
Really? Oh, I wanted to rip it off and subdue him.
This is neat too. The Force isn't just involved in the combat, but also with the platforming too, and the puzzle. I mean, it's not the greatest puzzle, but the fact that you have to pull the battery out of the force field to deactivate it, that's at least clever. It makes sense.
Yeah. Open sesame! Oh my. There's a lot of shit going on in here. Kind of too much to take in, really.
So just stay back, use the Force, and have enemies be your own ammo.
Or I could try and join in!
You could aid in the destruction. I mean, it is your mission. Not really. Your mission is just to kill the one guy.
Yeah. Alright, now get out of dodge, Tom. Get out of dodge. Ow.
Dodge roll, Tom. Dodge roll.
I'm dodging. I'm rolling. Well, I'm not really doing either right now, but whatevs. That was pretty cool. I knocked a bomb away. That was nice.
Then it's kind of cool too that the force push, if you get the timing right and if it's kind of the exact moment, it can be used defensively as well to push like hazards away.
Right, let's see how I do against Mr. Man over here.
Look at that robot. It's got chicken legs.
Okay, he has shockwave, so close proximity fighting isn't really going to be enough. Really? Yeah, that's right.
Instead, what we can do is kill it with a QTE because that's what we were planning to do anyways.
Very nice. Give me some health, thank you. I'm losing health a lot in this version of the Quick Look. Like, I didn't have nearly as bad of a time last time.
I swear, the robot costume must be a difficult setting.
I think that would be a bit mean without, you know, actually telling the player what he does. I'm just going to assume I'm shit. I'm right 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you did crush that chicken robot. That was impressive.
Yeah, that was pretty slick, actually.
That was, like, cool and shit. We can put that in the trailer. We can market that. Kids will eat it up.
Right, let's just get out of here. Laser shooting, run, Tom.
Does this game have a reflection move with the lightsaber?
Like a parry or something? I'm sure, like, Vader was doing it automatically, but maybe he does it when you're blocking. I'm not entirely sure.
Or it could even be like a skill tree ability. I just know that for me, that the reflect move that they would do was always the coolest. How someone would just kept shooting them over and over and they were able to reflect every single laser bullet.
Sorry guys, you can't be in my way here. So yeah, see, he does it a little bit on his own, but I imagine if you're blocking, it's more effective.
It's probably kind of like with Revengeance, where it's if you're running or something, that's when he'll block, but if you're in the middle of any other action, then that action takes precedence over blocking bullets.
I think I just have to be more aggressive, really, because I'm just trying to like go for like the slashing without bringing in any kind of like force maneuvers and whatnot. And no, Daddy, do not like.
Feed into the darkness, and Tom, have your rage fuel your power.
Let the rage of Space Olympus drive your blade.
I mean, this is basically Space God of War at the moment, except that the lightsaber is a little shorter range than the Blades of Olympus.
Alright, let's get some force upgrades in, sitting through another 10-hour loading screen.
So, which do you prefer more? The Vader slow, big swing, high damage character, i.e. Terra, or are we looking for more a fast, quick swing, sword held backwards, Ventus style of 3D fighting?
I think I prefer the Vader one, honestly. What the hell is battle meditation? Each rank reduces the amount of time it takes to charge your force powers. Okay, I'll put a little bit into that, I guess.
I mean, meditation is good, clears your mind, lets you kill other people better.
Oh yes. Alright. Okay, fair play, that loading wasn't too bad. Very nearly missed this.
The enemy base just has all these Jedi upgrades just chilling out.
Yeah. Alright lads, get ready for the storm. That did fuck all.
Just push everything away. This is how we clean the entire base. We just force push all the boxes into the corner, cover it with a blanket.
There you go.
Physics.
We should be coming near to the end of the level now. I seem to recall a set piece with like drills and whatnot.
Oh goody. I certainly remember that.
Yep, there we go. Just gotta run through all of this because I know exactly where to go this time.
We don't have any time to deal in the space base.
Actually, where is it again? I think it's like up this ramp. Oh my god, there was like so many of them.
They were all just waiting for you. They just wanted their own time to get slashed by your lightsaber.
There you go. I'm on a mission. Do not bother me. Get in there.
Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna set up a deadly force wall, the best thing is to just use it. I mean, come on.
This is so unfair on their behalf.
Look, like I said, they're the ones who put it up. Now they have to deal with their own technology.
I guess so. Yeah, hubris and all that.
Right? They didn't have to put up the deadly force wall. They could have just trusted their own strength, but no. Now they gotta deal with it, and deal with the consequences of a deadly force wall.
Wow, man. Their block is super good. Maybe I should be blocking.
Maybe the block is hyper OP in this game.
Well, who knows. Ow. I'm just trying to get some energy, man.
I just want to be the best Sith Lord I can be so that Papa Vader will be very proud.
There you go. And now we move on and just basically do the same thing again in the next area, I think?
Makes sense. This is kind of padding at this point.
Oh yeah, I don't need to land to kill you.
Oh no. Best thing about Jedi is that you can do air combos to go with your air dash. You're basically an anime fighting game character at this point. You know, good startup, good mid game. You even got long distance options. I dubbed Starkiller 2 OP.
Let's see. Where should you go?
Right in the trash.
Where he belongs.
At the garbage chute.
Alright, yeah, I think we're almost done here. Come on, I need a few more enemies just to bulk up my health a little bit. No? You're not going to give me any? Well, I expect to die in the boss fight then.
Oh no. At least this game could have done was give you like a bathroom to poop in before the boss fight.
That's nice.
It's pretty.
That's very nice. Alright, whoever your fucking name was, Jedi guy, I have come to end the quick look.
We've come to end you, this entire Jedi farce. It's just to end it.
Months of attacking Imperial targets and Vader sends a boy to fight me?
Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, let's be fair, I'm at least 15.
I'm a man, okay? But I'm a big man.
Oh, good, they did give me, I just saw C-3PO with his lightsaber up there, and I wondered what the fuck, but they did give me a health regen for the boss fight, which I greatly appreciate, you know.
That's fair.
Since this dude's using a green lightsaber, I gotta ask, mate, what would your lightsaber crystal of choice be?
Probably green as well. I know that each of the lightsabers kind of symbolizes a different school of how to use the Force and Jedi philosophy, but really I just picked green because I like the color and it's the best color of lightsaber, and also because I'm not I'm not like Samuel L. Jackson, who will just be like, nah, fuck your lore, I'm gonna make my own lightsaber.
Yeah, he wanted purple because, like, he wanted to stand out in scenes and whatnot.
Just fucking cuz, like, well, okay, Samuel L. Jackson.
Alright, this dude's got combos. He's got shockwaves, which hit me even though I was in mid-air somehow.
I mean, we did just learn there's a block button.
It's like, okay, Mexi.
I don't want to do this, boy.
He kinda does, though.
I mean, when I'm trying to kill someone because they're killing me, I kind of want to do it because I like living.
Die, you bastard, die!
See, this is what happens when you recruit mercenaries and have a private militia, is that when you need them the most, they're nowhere nearby.
Yeah, and also, what's the difference between, like, clones who can be brainwashed and friggin' ow, and friggin' mercenaries who will stop working the second you stop paying them?
I think Coda's just kind of one of those people that are like super anti-GMO. Like, they don't know what it actually means, they just hate it on the philosophy that, ew, that's weird and creepy. So he's like, oh, these people were made in a lab in the middle of the ocean, that's ew and creepy. I don't want it, I can't trust them. You know who I can trust? Regular people who kill people for money.
Oh yeah.
Trustworthy.
Can't really tell if I'm doing any damage to this guy, he's just kind of blocking all the time.
Gotta wait for an opening.
Oh, here comes the shockwave. No siree, Bob. There you go.
At least all the moves are very heavily telegraphed. That's a good thing with lightsaber fights too. You can see attacks coming. It's a big glowing stick swinging either in the air or towards you or in some odd fashion for a move to start up.
Oh yeah.
I can't let you live, boy.
It would erase the canon. The extended universe must survive.
Star Wars A New Hope had one Jedi and it wasn't you. You do the math.
Oh, this is so cool. Like, Jedis, when they put their lightsabers away, are at the most dangerous, I think.
Right? Because at that point, they have to use the Force, and then using the Force, that's just fighting with the very, like, building blocks of reality. Like, fuck it, you could do some JoJo-ass shit where it's like, I'm gonna disintegrate all of the hydrogen molecules in your body. It's like, please don't do that. And then you destroy them, instantly.
Indeed. There you go. We're gonna go to a really sick quick time event soon, that's gonna be hype.
Although I do like the idea of your battle arena plummeting to the planet. Like, this is some Platinum Games hype-ass shit here.
Oh yeah, for sure, mate, for sure.
And this is the first boss!
I'm surprised Platinum never made... Well, technically it's the second boss if you count the Vader prologue, but I agree. And why did Platinum never make a Star Wars game? It seems perfect for them.
I think it's just because they're Japanese, Star Wars is Disney, and just no one wants to work with anyone else to make really nice things. But then again, we did get that Korra game, and that kind of seemed to come out of nowhere. And Transformers, so they have history of doing licensed IP. So yeah, I have no good answer for why there's not a Platinum Game Star Wars. But as soon as that shit is announced, I will be hype as fuck.
Oh yeah, I really like Transformers Devastation. I didn't play Korra, but I watched the whole thing with Gaming Brain.
I thought you did! Oh, it was Gaming Brit that played it. Okay.
Yeah, I was just there. Like, do I supplant Gaming Brit in your memories?
I don't know. I just distinctly remember watching the HFC live stream and someone having a really difficult time with the polar bear section.
Yeah, we may have used the HFC live stream. I honestly can't remember, but wow, well timed. And what's the betting on that the Jedi survived and we'll see him later?
And that he's going to be a main character in both this game and the sequel? Slim to none.
Oh, I was just off getting all Force points, but I survived. Enemies defeated. Wow. Okay, it says 1. I killed 1 Ram Coater.
Way to go.
Force power unlocked. Lightsaber unlocked. Vader happy. Daddy pleased.
Do I get a pat and a cupcake now?
Please, Daddy. More.
No, instead, Vader just made him dress up like a Sonic Boom character. It's like, alright, here's my next mission.
This will make a fine addition to someone else's collection.
Spies have located another Jedi. Kazdan Paratus is far more powerful than you.
Vader totally has a weird relationship with lightsabers too. Like, he knows that they're Jedi tools, and he's like, I hate the Jedi. But then he, like, fondles their lightsabers too, so it's creepy. Very creepy.
Why don't Sith use their own, like, brand of energy weapon if they're so against using friggin' lightsabers?
I think it's just a Vader thing, because I believe lightsabers are meant to also be like the Force. It's a tool that can be used either or, both by the good or by bad, so there's really no difference between the lightsabers then, but that's been thrown out the window, and now all the Siths have fancy lightsabers, double lightsabers, wavy lightsabers with hilts, but I think, like, the original concept was meant to be that the lightsaber is just a tool, bad people can use it, good people can use it, and that's why Jedi and Sith both have lightsabers.
Take your Jedi weapon, boy, and so on and so forth. But I have to laugh because I'm not poking fun of you, but you said A, lifesavers, like the candy, and also Sis, a Sis Lord.
Lifesavers.
Damn you, comfortable in Sith Lord. So yeah, we get a cool new costume, and I believe this is where we get to use Force Lightning for the first time, but alas, that is the end of the quick look. We're just going to segue into... Okay, you just removed my C-3PO costume. That's nice. But, oh my god, that's amazing.
I do like the backgrounds and all the floating garbage.
I'm going to put this on the maybe pal. We are doing a 24-hour live stream on April 20th. That'll start at 8 PM British Summer Time. Work those time differentials out for yourself. And I'm going to be playing an hour of pretty much all the games people have commissioned for Quick Looks so far. See the credits scrolling along the screen now for everyone who's currently played, just so I can get out of the way while I'm waffling. And this may appear there for another hour. Or, I don't know, maybe I'll save it for Mexi and I to waffle over down the line. We'll see. That's the beauty of doing these Quick Looks. I have a selection of games on hand that I can always go back to, even if I've said, oh, it's not going to be a playthrough yet, you know?
For show, for show.
So, Mexi, thank you for doing this, not once, not twice, but thrice. I had a really good time with us.
Yeah, those are all my bad, I'm so sorry, but I'm glad we were able to eventually, talk about Star Wars.
Well, telling the first time was my fault. We did a retake. Then you got it wrong. Then we did the proper one. So, like the light and the dark sides of the Force, we are now balanced, and I'm going to end it here. Thank you, Rob, so much for commissioning this. And whether it will be a playthrough, or whether you'll see another hour of it on the 24-hour live stream on April 20th, I'll see you next time for another HellfireComms Quick Look. Bye-bye.